Welcome, everybody, to Dueling Aces for February 3rd, 2025, week of the Super Bowl. And the NBA decides that, sorry about your luck, but we're going to throw in some of our own news. Unbeknownst to most of the world, after the Royal Rumble was pleasantly over and the press conferences were done, couple of people were totally drunk in Dallas and decided to trade away the franchise to LA, which of course kept our chat quite occupied till I think almost 1:30 in the morning.
Look, I don't follow the NBA at all. I don't care. However, reading some of the comments about that trade, as far as they traded him because they didn't like his work ethic and they didn't want to be on the hook for another supermax deal.
Well, he actually wasn't going to sign the deal. That was what he had said. He wasn't signing.
That's fine. That's fine. Trade his ass. I'd like good. It's better you trade him, get something for him, than let him walk away and then you get nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is the unibrow really something you want?
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting that. Oh, wow.
I mean, is that really?
Was that what they were expecting? No. Not one bit. It was not. No, it wasn't. And
oh boy. I'm watching Raw, right? I got Raw on in the background.
which is live from Cleveland, by the way.
Well, they're in Cleveland tonight, right?
Yeah.
They're even censoring it on Netflix. I thought they might let some of the crowd chants go. Logan Paul's out there right now, and they are currently chanting "F you, Logan."
As they should.
Even Cleveland hates that guy. He's like, "I'm from Cleveland," and everybody's like, "No, you're not."
Oh.
I love Cleveland. No, we don't love you. Go away.
Where is it?
I mean, I feel like looking at that trade that somebody got hosed.
Oh, this is interesting. I thought I had saved. Apparently I did not save it. But I thought I had saved a couple of the reels that I had come across earlier today. This one was one of my favorites so far as Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal's live reaction to the Luka trade is people handed their phones over. And they're like, what? Look, Durant's like, what the hell? They're like, who's drunk? They're like, no way that just happened. And they're just like, take this phone away from me. That's
okay. I don't care about their live reaction to the trade deal. You know what makes me mad about that? Why do you got a phone on you're at a game? Why are you worried about a trade deal?
They're playing. They were playing, no less.
I know.
I know.
Oh. Why you got a phone on a bench? This is why nobody cares. Like, okay, I shouldn't say nobody cares about the NBA because it's one of the most popular games around the globe. Because you can take a milk crate and nail it to a piece of wood and put it up on a telephone pole and play. Like, And so I get it, but the idea that you are that above the sport that you could just scroll your phone on the sideline while you're playing a game. I'm sorry. If I'm
AJ Brown's reading a book.
Dude, if I'm Adam Silver, I'm finding those guys $10,000 a piece. And I'm gonna escalate it every time.
AJ Brown was reading a book during a playoff game.
And Roger Goodell or the team needs to fine him 15 grand. Like, you should be present in the moment.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Oh my God, bro, look at this Hoochie's ass she just showed me. Like, no. I hate. You were at my house Saturday night, right?
Yes, I was. I was in attendance for the Rumble. Yes, sir.
It was you and my buddy Joe and my wife and the kids and your wife Kelly. And there are a few other people who were supposed to show up but just didn't make it. Can you count how often people were just staring at their phones and not conversing with one another?
No, actually, no.
My point exactly.
I think our chat went off once or twice, but that was about it. That was about it. But because we're all watching. Well, we were all watching the Rumble. I mean, that's.
But what I mean is, there were conversations. There were conversations carried around by adults.
Yes, many, and even intertwining back and forth.
Yeah,
yeah,
and nobody was sitting there staring at their phone.
Nope.
And I'm not getting paid multiple millions of dollars to play a game. I was sitting in my living room watching my television, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we were watching the Rumble.
I'm watching the Rumble.
Which actually it flowed pretty well. I mean, I've watched a lot of Rumbles in the past, and usually there's a couple of bore spots, and you're just like, oh, come on, go to the next one. It flowed really well.
It was a good pay-per-view overall.
Yeah, it flowed super well. I was not disappointed.
Yeah, overall it was a good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. The Jey Uso winning the Rumble, I did not see coming.
I don't think anybody did.
But I'm okay with it. After I digested it a little bit, I was like, okay, I'm good with that.
And it kind of reminded me of McIntyre. And it's like, okay, it's instead of the same old, it's like, hey, who's that guy that's going to go for the next man up and be that next man up to make into that superstar? And of course, I apologize. One of the guys in the press conferences happened to mention, after the press conferences were over, I don't remember if it was I think Big E may have mentioned it, or no, it was one of the other commentators. Anyway, he mentioned that this reminded him a lot of the Daniel Bryan run or the Kofi Kingston run. The fans really pushed.
But the fans weren't pushing for Jey Uso. It was just once he won, they got excited about it.
Well, but it was just that next thing of that. That's the fan. It's the fan choice, per se.
No, the fan choice would have been CM Punk. That would have been, yes, 100%. Hi, go.
Hey, he's looking pretty good his meds have kicked in.
Yeah, I look pretty good.
Did you guys like my big boy salad I showed you?
Is that what that was?
Dude, that was a salad in a serving bowl, and in a mashed potato serving bowl.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, that is a giant bowl. What in the world?
Here,
It's a serving bowl.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Wow.
Salad.
70 grams of protein. I thought it was 65. 70 grams of protein, 55 grams of fiber, 60 grams of carbohydrates,
Okay.
and enough spinach that I'm going to have to go poop here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Well, have you contacted the city of Wadsworth and let them know that there is about to be a public health emergency established?
No, I have a septic tank.
Fair enough.
That's worse.
Fair enough.
Have you warned the yard?
Well, I can now prove the theory. Does a bear shit in the woods?
Touche. Touche.
No, I am trying to start to dial my eating back in because at the end of February is a 12-week push to my first strongman competition in June.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that.
So reinforce the eating habits now.
If I spend 4 weeks now putting them back together, I'll be okay. Get the supplements back, like this regiment back in line, the diet back in line. I've eaten like garbage since like November. Not like terrible garbage, but like not great. I haven't tried to hit 250 grams of protein a day.
What's up, Sam? We had a lot of enjoyment during Sam's show this afternoon.
It was okay.
I talked a little smack, and then I fixed my dryer. I had to go away for a little bit.
I mean, sometimes you got to do that.
Right.
No, I put a new heating element in my dryer. Like I had to do the whole.
Oh, you big repair.
Yeah, you fixed.
Yeah.
You fixed the dryer. No, you fixed the dryer. You ain't lying.
You didn't orc it up, did you?
It's not orky yet, but I would like to.
Are you gonna paint it red?
My wife just asked if I'm going to paint it red, and I would like to.
I was thinking like hair dryer.
I bought a red dryer to begin with.
I gotta put more bits on it, more shooters, more DACA.
Right.
Right down all over it.
So we were just lambasting about the funness of the Luka trade too. You know, how dare they interfere with the Super Bowl week, where the NFL is all news all the time, and the NBA.
It's not Super Bowl week. It is just the countdown to the coronation of King and Queen Swift.
Really? You think that's really going to happen?
Look, I have to find something that makes me excited about this stupid football game on Sunday. And if it's watching a bunch of grown men cry because a 20-something blonde girl is getting more TV time than their football hero, then I'm all for it.
Oh my goodness. Well said, sir. Well said.
And I just sit there on the sidelines thinking to myself, in the preseason, the Chiefs were plus 750 to win the Super Bowl. I don't know how I know that. I just happen to know that.
You're the stats man. You always want
How much did
sure,
you
that's
put on
why.
that bet?
This is inconsequential.
to. I was trying to cover it, Dave. I was trying to cover it. I was covering for you there. You're our stats man.
I just
You're
do
always
happen to know. I happen to know that they were plus 750.
Were there double zeros on the end of that number?
I mean, if you include the change,
What I'm saying was, is it a 2-digit number or a 3-digit number?
Oh my
it's
god.
I am not.
He is not author. He is
I'm
not under
okay.
the
Let's just
obligations to.
real talk. At the moment, and even then, I was not in the realm of a 3-digit. That was not the
So what
time.
you're
Remember,
saying
though,
is that
this
if you
isn't the
win this,
Rite Aid money. This isn't the Rite Aid money anymore.
No,
well,
no,
what
not,
I'm-
any- not
what I'm-
anymore.
so what you're saying is if you win this bet, it might put you back in the realm of having Chateau des Zolts in the wintertime.
No,
Nope.
no, wouldn't do that
Damn.
either.
Nope.
Mail-
It means he gets brakes for the car.
I was because you ain't wrong.
I know I'm not. I know I'm not wrong.
Anyway, just a little bit of fun on the side there.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
I have listened to so many damn people whine about this Super Bowl. And you know, oh my god, Taylor Swift. Oh, do you like
We had it last
do I
year.
like her music? Do I like her music? No. Is some of it okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple songs that I have on my playlist that I lift to. Yes, absolutely. But the idea that you're going to allow a fan base as big as Taylor Swift's globally to slip through your fingers because it doesn't, it's not macho is absolutely asinine.
I'm sorry.
300.
She's on my top 5 list. I mean, hey, she's hot. Hello.
She generated $350 million last year in revenue for the NFL by herself. That puts her in the middle of the road for an entire season of what an NFL team generates. I think the Cowboys, the Raiders, and there was one other team generated about $760 million last year in revenue. And her fans generated roughly 350.
And the only thing that they haven't done yet, they're waiting for the fact that maybe the Chiefs might not make it one year. She'll be the halftime entertainment, and they'll still get her.
There was almost a chance that she was going to be.
It's a win-win situation. Even if the Chiefs
there was almost a chance that she was George. There was almost a chance that she was going to be the halftime entertainment this year.
Oh, I know.
It was down to her and Kendrick Lamar.
Like I said, next year, watch. She'll be the halftime show next year.
When Carrie's done singing the Sunday night song, I bet you Taylor Swift does it.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I just
Kelsey puts a ring on that thing. Yeah, you got her hook, line, and sinker in the NFL.
I get really, really tired of the male dominant fan base of sports going, well, we need to increase our fans. We need to increase our fans. And then when it happens, they go, no, not like that. We can't let the women's in here. Dude, what do you think is the next logical step, jackass?
I was going to say, are you kidding? Still turn around and try to get Annie Agar on here for crying out loud. We love Annie. Shoot.
The fact that my 19-year-old daughter whose boyfriend is a fan of football, sat down and goes, "Dad, what's the line of scrimmage? What is this?" And started asking me about football this season so that she could converse with her boyfriend, says something. Now, she's not a Taylor Swift fan, but like, she. I hate the whole idea of the He-Man Woman Haters Club in sports. I hate it. We need to be more inclusive and accepting.
Stop making women shit pink.
Did she say stop making women shit pink?
She said, "Well, like all the fan stuff that you see for women at stadiums, it's all pink. It's all pink and baby blue and girly."
Well, in the aspect of why the stuff is in pink is because they do the breast cancer awareness support. So that is why
That's different.
Different.
Let me finish. That is why they started doing this stuff in pink, was because they had specifically set that for the breast cancer awareness. That's why they did do that. Otherwise, when you go to look on NFL Shop, they do have all of the jerseys and everything else are in the same colors for the women's cup.
Okay, George. When you would go, I understand the breast cancer stuff, but they would do that with men's stuff too. When you go to department stores or you go to team shops, a majority of the women's items are pastel pinks and blues, and yes, you can find stuff in team colors, but there's a lot of the clothing that is very, very effeminate in its coloring, and it's a little bit. That's what my wife is saying. Like, we went. There was a brown shirt that she wanted, but she didn't buy it because you couldn't find it in any color but pink.
Well, a diva designed it. You know that.
What's that?
I said a diva designed it. You know that.
Just
No, I get it.
I think there's a lesson here that needs to be learned, and there's only a select few of us that are like, this is great, and everybody else is just, no, not like that, and I don't get it.
Just like NASCAR fans.
What about NASCAR fans?
They just don't get it.
I can barely hear you. I have my volume up all the way, and I can barely hear you.
I said they just don't get it.
Excuse me, sir? Pardon me?
Sometimes NASCAR fans don't want to hear good ideas when they're presented to them. For example, I have a brilliant idea that
running the Daytona 500 in the Super Bowl on the same day.
Well, there's that, but I was thinking just bear with me, for marketability and for uniqueness, and hey, we've never done this before. Let's run the Daytona 500 clockwise.
Oh boy. So,
unfortunately, you finished the drink before I could finish my statement. I was really, I saw it go up to the lips, and I was trying to get it in, but
that wouldn't it? Would that's not a spit take. That though
we were hoping.
the thing with a lot of those cars is they're all set up to the left.
Yes, I know.
So you would have to really re-engineer a lot of the steering on that car.
Redesign. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Well, your idea is interesting, and I would not mind seeing it. My thing is why don't we just take those cup cars to like a half-mile short track in the middle of like Tennessee on a Friday night and have them run the figure 8 race instead of
That would be fun.
I felt my idea was going to get fewer people killed. However,
I was the same, but you know what? That
How
figure
far-
eight thing ain't a bad idea.
how far are you from Berlin, Michigan, Zolt?
Berlin?
Oh, geez.
Hang on. I was going to say, if you asked me like MIS, I had a general idea.
I was going to say, MIS is about 2.5 hours away.
I am 20 miles, apparently. How do I not know where this is? Yeah, 20 miles.
All right.
So he's
Berlin
like 20 minutes.
Speedway.
Okay.
Berlin Speedway in Berlin, Michigan. I don't know if they still do it, but they used to do a big figure 8 race at the end of the year where they raced RVs.
Okay, so this is literally nowhere. Hang on. Proceed. I need to figure out where this track is in the middle of all this green.
It says Berlin Raceway is in Marne, Michigan, and has hosted a dirt figure 8 track in the past. The track
Yes.
is now a paved oval that
Yeah.
hosts a variety of race classes. Oh, bummer. But you can clearly tell how that sucker would have been a figure 8, though. That would have been cool.
And then Rockford Speedway down in Illinois, they used to run a figure 8. There's a couple in Ohio that run figure 8 racing. If you ever want to have a good time, just YouTube figure 8 racing and sit and watch it. Especially when you get the ones like over on the East Coast, some of those they get crazy where they're pulling trailers while they're doing, like they'll pull a boat behind them or something.
There's actually one in Painesville, Ohio.
Yep.
How ironic. It's the Lake County Speedway. Called the
Yep.
Hillbilly Figure 8.
And I have learned that Berlin, Michigan, and Berlin Raceway, not the same place.
Nope. I said it's
No,
in March.
well, I'm sorry. I kind of thought
Okay.
Berlin Raceway would be in Berlin, Michigan.
I follow your logic.
I mean, that would just be smart. But again, there are people who call Lima, Ohio, Lima.
Yeah.
Here we have a rating system for tonight.
We do. We have an interesting little
So
hole, I guess is.
I got filled in a little
ranked
bit.
System.
I got filled in a little bit on this, and so I went to go look up what are the most popular Super Bowl foods.
Yeah.
You know what was in the top 5 that shocked the shit out of me?
Go on.
Fried green tomatoes.
Thank God, not even on my tier list.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
All right, it's on.
So,
S tier chicken wings.
okay, hang on. First off, we got to define this a little bit so everybody has the same understanding.
So we explain what it is.
So, I mean, because people's S tier isn't just good. Okay, that's what A is for. You know, A is damn good. S tier means you need somebody watching over you so you don't eat the entire thing.
Yeah, that's the elite level, right?
Yeah,
Or was
you
it?
need to be kept away.
Yeah. chicken wings.
And down to D tier, which you're not touching it. And frankly, as far as I'm concerned, D tier can also be does not belong, because some of these things on here, that was my opinion. And there's three of us. I'm sure the three of us can come to a nice consensus on most things as to where things belong.
Sure.
We're all logical human beings.
Yeah, we're foodies. Yeah.
So we can start out here. Pulled pork sliders.
That's a solid B.
That's a solid B. I could put it in A.
Yeah.
But depending.
Here's the thing about pulled pork. You got to trust the individual making it, because there's too many white women who think that a crock pot, a bottle of apple cider vinegar, and Dr. Pepper is the way to go.
No.
And they don't know how to properly season the meat.
No. We're talking this crap comes off the smoker and has been basting for 18 hours.
So
Good stuff.
that is why I would solidly put pulled pork sliders in the B tier, because at that point anybody can make them. But to set it up a notch, you got to know somebody who knows how to really work the meat.
Right.
And
I know a few guys.
I also want to throw out there, just on the negative, you ever have the pulled pork and the next thing you know, you're like, I got this between my teeth. I'm spending like the next 5 minutes looking for a toothpick. You know, takes you out of the game. I think we can go a solid B.
Yep.
Potato skins.
That's another solid B for me.
I agree, because they can get, if they've been, especially it's like, if they're not like out of the oven, you got to kind of hit those within the first 20, 30 minutes. Because after that, it kind of loses its luster.
They tend to dry out.
Yeah.
You got to get them fresh. Okay, I'll put that. Cupcakes.
How about doesn't belong?
There's a comment I want to make that I can't make.
I'll put see, for me, cupcakes are like a D tier food. I don't like cupcakes. But every Super Bowl party I've ever been to has celebratory cupcakes of like the team colors. Oh
What?
yeah.
Oh God, none of mine. You can
Every Super Bowl party I've been to has like a dozen. I'll use Kansas City and Philly for example. There'll be like a dozen cupcakes with red and yellow frosting, and then a dozen cupcakes with white and green frosting.
There are some sick people. No, no. I mean, you wanna put a pie out there, okay, maybe, but no on the cupcakes.
I think pie is a little bit more unwieldy than cupcakes, man.
I was gonna say you are at a Super Bowl party, so this
isn't Thanksgiving dinner.
There's definitely potential that you don't have somewhere to sit at any given moment. So,
Mary, oh my God, oh that's priceless. Zol, I just got your guy. Oh, that's good. That is great. That is, this is why we miss having Mary commenting on the show.
No,
that is beautiful.
Just saying that would have been my comment if I saw it somewhere.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Rice Krispie treats.
Now that I just saw that, well done.
Kelly wouldn't be mad about that. Kelly and Bryce would be hitting those up.
For me, the next two are like S tier foods because I'll eat the whole damn pan.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't scream Super Bowl to me. However, you want to talk about something that's easy to eat?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard to beat that. So realistically, this could go damn near anywhere on the list, depending. Like if I'm in a sweet mood, that works perfect.
See, as a kid, I was in on the whole because of the marshmallow stuff and whatnot, but for some weird reason, I just lost my luster for marshmallow, which sucks. So, but no, I would have totally made this an A or even S. I would have put it either one too because yeah, it's simple, it's easy, it travels well. You can stack them in a pyramid, put them on a plate, and wrap it with aluminum foil. Show up and ta-da! And you know you ain't taking
Aluminum foil. What kind of a heathen are you? You put them in Saran wrap.
You could shape them like footballs.
Yeah,
you could do anything you need to.
Yeah, that too.
I like the Rice Krispie treats with like the actual like solid chunks of marshmallow in them.
Kelly would say A.
I just ate that whole big ass salad, and we're talking about food. And I'm hungry again.
Yes. You're welcome.
And we have a lot more to go.
How long ago did we decide to do this? It was like 3 days ago, right? It was over the weekend.
Yep.
I want to put them in A. I feel kind of strange that this is our first A. If I do that,
that's an S tier food, buddy.
It is, but specifically for the Super Bowl, I want to put it in A. It's not it's not a traditional Super Bowl thing.
Okay. I disagree. Because I've been to several Super Bowl parties that have plenty of desserts at them, and the three things I always see there: cupcakes, brownies, Rice Krispie treats. And most of the time, the Rice Krispie treats are shaped like footballs. And we're in the Midwest. And we're in the Midwest. There's a fourth one that you see all the time: puppy chow.
Yes,
that's Kelly's. Yeah, that's Kelly's big one too.
Okay, so I'm leaning A. Bruiser wants S. George, what are you thinking? You say A?
Now the next one, I have
shrimp cocktail.
You two, I have to pass.
Here's my thing.
I've never tried it.
Here's my thing. Love it. I could put this in S because the entire thing would vanish. I, however, due to the wonderful woman that I've married, I cannot anymore.
Does she have a shrimp allergy?
Yes.
Oh wow. Yeah, see, so, I personally have never had it.
All right, so then the both of you don't count. It's going in the S tier.
Okay. Okay. I understand.
Yeah, I don't know about it, so I have to abstain from my vote on that one.
7 layer dip.
Oh
man, that's like a B seafood because it's either good or it's awful.
Awful. Yeah.
I'll grant you that. It is one of the two.
And almost 85% of the time I've seen it and tried to go at it, it's been awful.
It's always some white woman who's in her mid-40s who saw a recipe on Pinterest and is like, it's got avocado and raisin and olive puree, and you're like, it's taco dip. Like, how hard is this for you? Easy, Janet. Let's not you're not Gordon Ramsay here.
Okay. So let's make the assumption though that it's halfway decent. And they've got decent chips nearby to dip in.
I'm still putting it in the C category.
C. Oh, C. Yeah, well that helps.
See, I was thinking low B, but you know what? Hey, majority, I got you. Veggie tray, and there's a cat on my shoulder. He just suddenly appeared.
The cat? Oh, look at that.
Hello.
He's like, oh, hey, check that out. I can go in and out. That's cool.
He's been trying to get up on the lap, and I keep shooing him away. And eventually, he's just like, I can got this. So, veggie tray.
I can deal with a veggie tray. I mean, it's not hard to screw that up. I mean, I knock through the carrots. I'll go through the carrots, the cucumbers, the pickles, and the tomatoes. The broccoli heads. I'll make the veggie tray a nice random middle of the road.
I'm not going to sit here and say that there's anything earth-shattering about a veggie tray. There are 2 points that I want to make, though, in favor of the veggie tray. Number one, it's a pretty good palate cleanser.
Yes.
When you're switching from one thing to another.
Yes, especially spicy to salty. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And number two, I could eat like 3 things off the veggie tray, and I feel now that I have fulfilled the health food portion, and I can go back for seconds and thirds of the other stuff.
Hey,
what?
George, what was on my table Saturday night?
I was just gonna say, and I'll tell you what, after having my taco,
we
made walking tacos for the Royal Rumble.
The taco specialty.
Nice.
Yes, there was wonderful cucumbers and carrots and the sour cream dip to be had that definitely helped.
That's my thing about the veggie tray, is that people buy like the worst ranch possible for that.
It's literally get
it's really not hard. Just buy a 16-ounce container of sour cream and a packet of the Hidden Valley Ranch mix. Stir it up. Great.
And it was perfect. It was perfect.
I will say this about veggie trays. Olives, pickles, and radishes do not go on veggie trays.
No.
The pickles have to be on a different side. The pickles got to be elsewhere.
Pickles need to be in a different thing.
Yeah, they got to be separate.
I've seen
the cucumbers belong in the veggie tray, not the pickles.
I'm gonna say the veggie tray for me is a solid C. I agree that it is a palate cleanser, but I think that there are more foods on this list that are going to go up higher. I'm not gonna not eat the veggie tray, but it's not the first thing I'm going for.
I was going to say I was going with a B as well.
I can see it in a B. That's fine. Okay, you can go for a minute. You
Deviled eggs.
Superbowl.
Yes.
Should I tell them I'm filling in for you?
Damn platter,
really?
The damn platter was gone before you even got to the picture. The platter was gone before you got to the picture. Kelly will tell you that
I'm filling in for a few minutes.
Because he is causing the public health emergency siren is about to go off. Yeah, those deviled eggs, they were gone before I arrived. They were gone. They knew they would be gone.
Okay. Well, then let me just take the other route and say I don't like them. So to me,
really,
they're gone. Yes, wow. I'm not a fan. Never been a fan.
I guess it really also depends on who makes them, because I've had bad tasting deviled eggs, and I like them.
And I was going to say
they tend to show up at family functions. And my family tends to do both regular and spicy.
See, I actually make the barbecue ranch deviled eggs recipe that I learned off of Food Network. And instead of using the mustard, you use the Hidden Valley Ranch instead. And you drizzle it, and actually put the barbecue sauce in a little sandwich baggie, snip off the end of it, and you do a little drizzle of the barbecue sauce over the top of it. And needless to say, when I do make them, we have not brought any home.
Okay.
Because one, everybody looks and goes, well, that's different. And when they go for one, they end up going for two and maybe a third. And when you've got about 20 people in the room, that tray's gone. They are gone quickly. So I said, well, I guess we're going to make this a new thing that besides my pasta salad, the barbecue ranch deviled eggs goes on the list too. So yeah, it's a fun new twist on deviled eggs instead of the typical, yolk and
sounds like something I would probably like. However, I have not had that. I've just had the basic normal. Not a fan.
Draft day.
Okay. All right.
I'll do it.
I'll give it a shot.
I'll get up. I'll get up there a little bit earlier on the Friday. I'll turn around and make up a batch for draft day. I'll make up a batch.
As a healthier option, the one time he got this bright idea to make instead of like the mustard, Greek yogurt deviled eggs as like a healthier. It's like you just put the like Greek yogurt in there. It was I humored him. It was disgusting.
I was going to say
I need a palate cleanser for
that. Get that veggie tray out for that palate cleanser.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, deviled eggs, where are we going to put this? Because, George, you were saying up here, I want it down here. So
we'll make it the middle of the road.
I was going to say, middle of the road? Go B?
Go B.
Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jalapeno poppers. Now, for the record, the picture we're seeing here isn't your out of the freezer. Yeah, this is not out of the freezer.
This is the homemade
oven
stuff.
Or the microwave. This is taking a jalapeno, hollowing it out, stuffing it, baking it. So keep that in mind.
Barring because I can no longer do spice, although back in my day I would punch down a dozen myself. Sure. It's kind of like another one of those you hit those, you hit the veggie tray, and you hit something else.
See, Drew and I are very different because I have no tolerance for spicy, so he would probably rate them higher than I would.
What's that?
Jalapeno poppers.
Definitely B.
He says B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I have zero tolerance.
Bye.
Thank you for filling in.
You're welcome.
I have no tolerance at all. And what tolerance I did have, I eliminated when I tried some First We Feast hot sauces. Some of them, they make them sound so good. But man,
they'll hurt.
Man, that's I introduced myself to Prilosec there for a while.
Ask George about the barbecue ranch deviled eggs.
Don't knock it till you try it. I'll make some up, Bruiser. I'll make a dozen up, and I'll come next time I come down.
So jalapeno peppers, I'm not a fan, but that's mainly because I can't do spicy. We're talking B. I'm okay putting it in B. Are we talking like low B? We talking middle B?
I think low B.
Low.
For me, if the jalapeno poppers is like a solid B, low A.
Okay.
Especially if you get like the good, you get the ones with like the chorizo in the center with some like some cream cheese and stuff.
Pizza. Whatever pizza you want, however you want it.
Man, that's a staple. That's a solid low A.
Yeah.
It's definitely A. I would consider S if it's like damn good pizza.
Oh yes.
You give me a fresh Jets pizza right out of the oven.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
I was going to say that's why we loved why we love having our live draft.
And it's okay, so it's Super Bowl. So if I'm calling jets or whatever, I'm probably doing a extra large or party size,
Right.
like
You do our draft day.
like a chicken barbecue, not even like a regular pepperoni or whatever. I'm doing something that,
Yeah, the meat specialty and chicken barbecue,
yeah.
and yeah, just like
I
we
mean,
do for the draft. Yeah, I'm
I'm
at an S. Sure.
okay. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
damn Skippy, especially if it's Jets. Hell yeah.
So when it comes to pizza, I'm a bit of a bitch. Give me double pepperoni with a little bit of extra sauce, and I'm perfect.
Now, are you a flat pepperoni or a pepperoni cup guy?
I pepperoni. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Just okay. All right.
Yeah. To be quite honest, my favorite type of pepperoni. Remember the Tony's pizzas we used to get in elementary school, the square ones?
Yep.
Give me the
Pepperoni
julienne
squares.
cut pepperoni on anything, and I'm happy.
Gotcha. Wings.
It's S.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
in fact, I'm bam. Nope. It's going there. Okay. I
Yeah.
you get a place with good wings.
Oh, dude, I made them.
Yeah.
I got taught how to make them from when I worked at the restaurant. Oh, dude, yeah, I got to make them. Shoot, Scott Sanders turned around and said he hates me now because he can never go out and go get wings ever again. He was that good. I was like, all right, cool.
I made wings. I made wings in the air fryer about a month ago, and they came out. I never need to deep fry wings again.
No. Once you figure out like your settings for your air fryer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Money.
They were perfectly crispy, and then I had bought some of the Hooters wing sauce from the grocery store because they have it up here. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I just needed somebody in a pair of tight orange shorts and a white shirt to come serve them to me.
Wow.
I'm looking at you.
You don't want to see this and that. That's gross.
Brownies.
Hey,
I put that on the same level as I put cupcakes.
see me, I put it on the same level as the Rice Krispies.
Okay.
I if especially if it's a good brownie. I mean, you gotta have. I like mine a little firm on the bottom with that nice softness on the top.
So that makes it up to me, huh? To me, they're not an A. They're definitely not an A to me. They're also not a D because we're better than cupcakes.
Oh, God, yeah.
I hate the fact that B is just becoming a catch-all, but it kind of is, and it's middle of the pack, so that's kind of what you expect.
Put it in the C. Put the brownies in the high C.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go there. It's okay. To me, they're too dense for a Super Bowl because I got 8 other things I want to be eating. Do I want to eat the brownies? Yeah, but they're taking away valuable real estate from more chicken wings.
You know where I eat the brownies? Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter? Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a fourth quarter thing.
You're winding down.
Because they can be there the whole time and nothing's going to change. Whereas the rest of the food, it's either hot or cold, and they're going to get a temperature change. The brownies is like the dead last thing. And especially if I'm at home and looking to eat it, it's like, oh, well, we'll have 2 then and put me into a food coma and I'm done for the night. Thank you.
So if you're going to a Super Bowl party, you're probably getting there right around 3-4 o'clock, maybe. And game's gonna start at 6. And between 4 and 6, you're already have going to have consumed at least half a dozen to a dozen wings. Not to mention probably some potato skins, depending on what party you're at, and a number of other things. The last thing that you want to do is weigh all that down with brownies because, as we know, chocolate, especially cocoa powder, like what is in brownies, is a laxative. So, gentlemen, you not only have to think about what you're putting into your body, but what is going to be coming out of your body at that Super Bowl party.
And that's where I provide entertainment for everybody.
Well, you just stick with truffle.
Which, by the way, how is the chair that you are sitting in, by the way?
How's the what?
The chair that you're sitting in, by the way.
Oh, it's fine.
No, has it changed color back yet?
Oh, yeah, no, I took care of business.
No. I took care of business sitting in that chair Saturday.
Oh, dude, you're not the first person to fart in this chair.
All night long.
No.
All night long. I told Kelly on the way home, I said, I discolored that chair.
No. It was discolored before you got here, homie. Like, you're not the first person.
I'm just glad it doesn't echo. That padding absorbs a lot of sound.
Rolled tacos. Oh.
Taquitos.
Oh. My wife is drooling, so that's a solid S.
How many? I was going to say yes. I agree. Okay. How many? Because those go down easy.
Okay. All right.
Those go down real easy.
All right.
Is that mac and cheese?
No, because mac and cheese is further down here. What the hell is that?
Well, what is that?
Buffalo chicken dip.
Yes, that's what it is. That's buffalo chicken dip.
Okay.
Okay. To me,
that's kind of the first thing I go to. Actually, is that, ironically, with some chips. That's kind of weird. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, if it's there, yeah, I go for it because I like to try. Everybody makes theirs different. So far, I've had like 7 or 8 different ones, and every single time it's different. I have not come across buffalo chicken 2 that were ever the same. It's like everybody's got their own different recipe for it. I'm not complaining. They're good.
I am firmly in it is a C to B food because if you're going to have chicken wings, why do you have buffalo chicken dip?
Fair. That's fair.
Plus, like George said, there's so many people that make it so many different ways. And again, it's somebody named Janet at the office party who puts things in there that don't belong in there. I mean, it's not hard. It's cream cheese. It's a little bit of ranch dressing. It's blue cheese crumbles. It's shredded chicken. It's not hard. And buffalo sauce. It's not hard to mess up.
I would say though that buffalo chicken dip is more forgiving than say a 7-layer dip.
Yes.
Like you could throw an extra item in a buffalo chicken dip and it's not going to kill it.
Right.
Probably.
No, I knew somebody that would put celery in theirs at the end.
Just for the crunch?
Well, because they put a lot of like blue cheese crumbles and stuff in theirs, so they put the celery in it too. And I'm like, okay. I knew somebody else who put bacon in theirs.
I ain't mad at it.
But buffalo chicken dip to me is like one of those. It's so.
So we're looking at B.
It's so overdone.
Yeah.
Okay, that I can get. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking like somewhere in here.
Okay.
After the potato skins, before the poppers.
Sure.
I don't know how the potato skins got rated above the poppers, but I can understand that.
I believe you were out of the room.
I was. I was handling business.
You're right. Okay.
Who does number 2 work for?
What the hell is that?
Calamari.
Oh,
obviously. Okay.
Oh,
Obviously, you're going to see this a bit more on the coast than you are where we live.
D.
bro.
Period. End of story. Doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it can't even be D. It shouldn't be there. Period.
I am not going to be eating calamari while I'm talking to Chad about his $75,000 stock portfolio that he has on the side at Charles Schwab. Like, no, I don't want to be at that party. That party sucks. That party's got raisins in the potato salad.
Oh.
Okay. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, I agree.
I've had calamari, and calamari is delicious.
Can you just delete the picture?
No, I'm not going to delete it. It goes in D, okay? We need to fill up the column.
It's got a damn...
We're about to fill it up here in a second with the guacamole.
Fruit tray.
That's a C because along the lines of the veggie tray, it is a solid palate cleanser. And if you don't want like cupcakes or brownies, you could get it's something sweet, especially like pineapple and powdered sugar with strawberries and powdered sugar. Solid.
The grapes and the grapes work. And plus you can throw the strawberries on the brownies.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
Okay. Guacamole.
No.
Not a fan.
No.
Where do you rank on guacamole, Zolt?
I'm not a fan. So
Ditto.
I'm okay with D. I don't eat it.
I think so. I've had good guacamole and I've had very bad guacamole. If it is done right, it's okay. However, I prefer if there's going to be guacamole, it better be in something like your 7-layer dip. So also, if you make 7-layer dip and you put guacamole in it and then you have a bowl of guacamole next to it, you're an asshole. That's just plain and simple.
Yeah, this is a whole bowl of guacamole, and it's a no.
Mott sticks.
Hey.
Good old-fashioned mozzarella sticks.
Solid A.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Cookies.
Man, I put that with cupcakes and brownies. Unless they're like the Walmart brand or the local supermarket brand sugar cookies with the solid like mortar icing on it. Yeah.
Okay. I love me some cookies. I'm not touching them in this situation just because there's too much other stuff that I care about. See?
Fair.
C behind the fruit tray.
C or a D?
No, I can't put it with the cupcake.
I mean, if I'm putting it in D, I'm definitely putting it above the cupcake because...
Yeah, don't put it near the calamari. We don't want to do cookies like that. That's just mean.
That's just wrong. Yeah, I like it behind the fruit tray. It's like good.
Zolt, back to your calamari comment. My stepdad tricked me and my sisters into eating calamari when we were younger at Red Lobster, and I about vomited.
Really?
That's about as bad as I got tricked into trying eating frog legs. Oh, God.
I've had frog legs before. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. No. It was like chicken.
No, they do not.
It was very similar.
They do not taste like chicken.
Nuts.
I have a pair, thank you.
I was gonna say, I got my. Really? Not just a.
It's somebody as further contribution brought a can of nuts and just opened it up.
You know what? If you get a good,
go back to the store and go buy something else to bring with those damn nuts.
No, here's what I'll say. That's a solid C because if it's like the beer nuts or something that you just put in the jar and it's sitting on a table, you walk by, grab a handful.
Well, that's different.
like being at a sports bar. That's a solid low C food.
Okay. Where are we going?
C.
C. Okay. I'm gonna put it like here-ish, I think.
Yeah.
That works. Okay, so this could be barbecue meatballs or drunken meatballs, however you prefer to make them.
I make a great stuffed meatballs.
I'm immediately going like up here.
Yes.
That's my okay.
Yep.
Unless those meatballs are again a Janet special where she's putting ketchup and grape jelly in them.
No, let's not ruin the moment. Quit ruining the fucking moment. Put that shit above the pizza.
No, these are good. They've been sitting there in the cooker now for probably like an hour and a half.
I baked them in the oven and stuffed them with cube cheese. They're gooey, good.
Mine with barbecue sauce and jelly.
With barbecue sauce.
People love them.
That's different.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the good shit.
Well, they had a potluck at work around Christmas. She made meatballs for, and she did barbecue sauce and grape jelly, and it was really good.
That's what I do.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's somebody that I know that does ketchup and grape jelly, and that's just gross.
Somebody needs to be smacked with a slotted spoon, no less.
I'd like to see you try to smack her with a slotted spoon. She might break you in half.
It's disgusting.
It's Amy.
It's gross.
George,
mac and cheese.
He can pick you up and overhead press you, no problem.
No.
Mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese.
That's a D. That's a solid D for me.
Really? Okay.
If I could rate it lower, I would.
Okay.
No, it's better than cupcakes.
Zolt, you know how everybody has like one or two foods that they can't stand?
Yeah.
Mac and cheese is one of mine.
Okay. Doesn't matter the brand or anything like that, or if it's homemade, or you just
smell of it will make me start to gag.
Oh,
gotcha.
Okay, so you're out.
With you guys with shrimp earlier, I don't care wherever you rate this. Like I'm actively avoiding it at the table. In fact, if it's near something that I want to eat, I will make my wife go to the table and put it on my plate for me, so I don't have to go near the mac and cheese.
Damn.
Gotcha.
Okay. So the mac and cheese bites are totally out for bringing those to your house. Okay. Duly noted. I like a good homemade mac and cheese and putting the bacon, cooked bacon topping.
Yeah.
It's, that nice crunch. Oh.
That
I'd still say probably about a B.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. I'm leaning towards C just because at this point, I've had a lot of it.
Oh, really? See, usually I do about a decent serving. I don't go balls to the walls like I would on the meatballs. or the taquitos.
I'm thinking right about here.
Put it in front of the brownies.
In front of the brownies?
Yeah. Give it a little higher.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Hey, Dad.
Hi, Bubba. Love you, dude.
Love you too.
Chex Mix.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put that in a low B. That's a solid. It's like the peanuts. It's a solid.
It's like the nuts. I'm not such a big fan. I'm kind of thinking it's a C like the nuts. You can literally put them in the same category for me.
It's a solid light snack food in between big plates.
Now, what if, since we're Midwesterners, what if it's not just Chex Mix? What if it's like whatever the hell your region calls it, whether it's puppy chow or the million other varieties where there's like brown sugar coated things, there's caramel coated things.
That's a Kelly Kelly will eat them. Kelly will eat the puppy chow stuff. I'm not a fan
Gotcha.
of it.
Okay. I'm very see. I'm here. I kind of
Yeah, that's
agree. It's
about.
kind of the same thing as nuts. It's which not that it's bad. I mean, it's there. Like I said, I'll
Yeah.
go for it, but like in between other stuff, it's not. I'm not searching it out. That's for sure.
Right.
Uh, loaded nachos.
Man,
Ooh.
Low A.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could go for A.
Personally, I think I might even go high A. If it's decent from a good place or it's
Put
Yeah.
it
and
in front of the mozzarella sticks, but behind the Rice Krispie treats.
okay.
Yeah, that's a solid.
Okay.
Yep. What is that?
Bruschetta.
What?
Oh, my wife would eat the crap out of that.
What in the? Oh no, that's like Kelly like wanting to make those ham roll things. No. No.
Bruschetta's not bad.
It's not bad. It doesn't belong here.
Don't. Yeah.
No.
No, it's like the calamari. No.
Queso dip.
Well, yeah. That's A.
Low B.
Really? Low B?
Yep.
I go A with the chips. It's kind of like chips and salsa.
I'm not a big
Ah.
queso fan, but it's a staple. It's a staple food, and like
It
for
is.
me, low B, C. That's the if it's on the table, I'm probably gonna eat it kind of region. You know what I mean?
But it's not. You're not aiming for it. It's just
No.
there.
If it's there, I'm probably gonna take a couple nacho chips, dip it in there, eat it, and then I'm gonna make my way down the table further to the shrimp and the wings.
And let's face it, the fact that it needs something else to survive, whether it be a chip,
Well,
it
yeah.
needs something else.
Yeah, but it's better than sitting there staring at the bowl of guac.
Yes.
Personally, I'm aiming somewhere around here.
Don't you dare put
Okay.
it above the jalapeno poppers.
Wow.
Okay, maybe down here.
There you go. No, I don't care. I really don't care.
I mean, to me, although they're completely different, they have similarities to the buffalo chicken dip. I need something.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yep. No, fair enough.
all right. Pigs in a blanket.
S.
For sure.
Bruiser?
For sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Dropping a half a dozen right there.
Potato chips.
Okay, hold on.
Not even like corn chips, just potato
Hold
chips.
on.
All right. Now we're talking just the potato chip genre. So we're like
Yes.
barbecue chips, sour cream and onion, cheddar.
Sure. Yep.
Okay. Are we including Doritos in that?
That's nacho chips and crap.
I was gonna say that's a good question because it completely changes my
Right.
valuation of this item.
Because we can clearly see that those are potato chips.
This
and
is
not
true.
nacho chips.
Sure, but when I think chips, I lump Doritos into that. When someone says I'm grabbing chips, I think Doritos, Lay's, Ruffles.
So then we could also, if we're doing that, then we're also lumping in like tortilla chips.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. That again, that completely changes how I view this particular item. So, I mean, it would have to go in B because that's what's required for a couple of the things we have in B already.
Yeah, but
I'd put it below the mozzarella sticks in A, to be honest with you.
yeah, I was just gonna say,
Okay.
yep, they need to be low A.
Is that Sloppy Joe's or chili?
I think it's a very unappetizing looking thing of chili.
Oh.
That's what it looks like to me.
It looked like pork and beans or baked beans. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be chili.
Looks like what Bruiser may have left in his toilet 20 minutes ago.
No.
It does not look good, Dave.
It doesn't. However, as somebody that has a chili recipe,
I do too, but that does not look like.
no, the picture looks horrible. So let's not focus on the picture. Let's focus on the food.
Okay, yeah, because
Chili is an A food for me, especially if it's made well.
yeah, my
And
foul
and
chili is really good. Kelly loves
and
it.
here's what I will say: if it's in a party that they do like pigs in a blanket as well, you can take a little bit
Yeah.
of that chili and sprinkle it on the pigs in a blanket, and you got yourself a chili dog pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, and I've made my foul chili. Doug Kaufman's had it as well. Scott Sanders has had it. Nobody has complained about the foul chili ever. So, yeah, it's a really good Super Bowl
Yeah.
WrestleMania item.
Mine is a hand-me-down recipe. It was originally my great grandmother's.
Nice.
Usually
that's
make
a
it a
Super Bowl
couple times a
staple.
winter. So to me, if I'm making that,
It's an S.
that's where it's going.
I think between A and S is a solid place for chili.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So hard to tell. So we can assume this is either spinach dip, artichoke dip, spinach artichoke
If
dip.
it's spinach and artichoke, that's what. Because I'm looking at Tim's, the YouTube, and I've got a larger picture of it up there, and that does look like it's a spinach and artichoke dip.
So spinach and artichoke dip for
With
me,
pita bread.
out. That's like a D.
Okay.
But if you're talking regular spinach dip inside a thing of pumpernickel with solid A.
Yeah, this is a spinach and artichoke dip, and he's got the good pita bread chips with it.
I see. That's the thing. I'm just like Bruiser. If it's spinach and artichoke, I don't even know if I'm eating it. But if it's just regular spinach dip, I might finish that.
Yeah, and see, I'm the opposite, and I had never been. I'm with you guys. It's a spinach dip. Yeah, I'm pretty solid with, some of it, no problem. But a spinach and artichoke dip, Kelly got me into it, and with this specifically with these pita chips setup, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm all about that.
That's
no
great.
issue. Now, am I putting it as a Super Bowl food though? No, because I've never seen it at a Super Bowl party.
I've seen spinach and artichoke dip at Super Bowl parties. Here's what I will say about spinach and artichoke dip. That's great that people like it. My problem is the temperature of it. Like, it shouldn't be hot.
Right. This is probably a pregame.
That's a pregame food. I'll give you that.
People are just showing up.
Yes.
You have this out while everything else is cooking.
Yeah. It's in one of the little crock pots. Yep.
So what are we thinking? Assuming it is the best possible version for each of us.
If it is what you and I like, Zolt, it's a solid A food.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like a good spinach dip. I'm with you.
All right, almost everything on from S down to C, I'll eat some of it.
Right. That's interesting. I honestly like the fact that it's we didn't overload any particular category.
They're all pretty even.
No, they're all pretty even out.
And I think there are a few that are interchangeable.
Yes, I agree. That's just the list, I think.
Yeah, we're pretty much taking, are voting, just pretty solid. I mean,
All right. Super Bowl predictions.
I popped mine up earlier. I'm still sticking with it. I think Butker screws up and misses an extra point, and the Eagles turn around and get to go downfield, get that field goal, and then Mahomes is sitting there, got not enough time to kind of bring the comeback, and they lose 34-30. And Barkley is the MVP. He gets a touchdown rushing and receiving and gets about 110 yards out of it. I think the Eagles take it 34-30.
Kansas City 27-14.
Ooh,
Whoa.
not even that close. Or do they pull away at the end?
I think the Eagles score 2 quick touchdowns, and then Kansas City's defense tightens up, and then
And shut them down. Wow.
yep.
You expect Kansas City and a defense. That's a big
Kansas City does have a defense. They really do. They really
Kansas City's got a good defense.
I was going to say, they have Chris Jones. I don't know about a defense.
They literally top 10 in both run and pass defense this year.
Yeah,
Literally.
but the safeties aren't all that. The safeties aren't all that. That's where their weakness comes into play.
What I have is 24-21 Chiefs. Mahomes picks up another MVP. I called it a while ago. I think that the amount that team has been through, yes, hey, they almost lost damn near every game they were in. And you know what? They lost one game. One. The game can be tight the entire way, and it's not going to shake them. It's not going to rattle them. And everything else being equal what is. I know I'm the stats guy, so, 5th run defense in the league, blah, 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 8th pass, whatever. It doesn't matter. The stat that I keep going to, knowing it is just a one-game thing. One game decides it all, and anybody can have a bad game.
Yeah.
But Andy Reid, with an extra week to prepare, is 23-4 in his career. I can't go against that.
Donovan McNabb Super Bowl.
So I have
that's one of the 4.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, well,
it was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
when we're done with this, the research department has some prop bets.
Oh, fun. But no, that's kind of how I've been looking at it. And I understand coaching it's an intangible. You can't really measure that very well. But so the only thing I got is his stats, and best in the NFL ever for coming out of a bye week or a week off. Just having that extra time, he certainly seems to know what the hell to do with it. So yeah, unfortunately, I got Chiefs winning.
Okay.
We got the Super Bowl 59 prop bets.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
these are the,
obviously
these are the
you have
ones, right?
You got the coin toss.
Yeah.
Who to win the coin toss and to win the game? You got Kansas City at plus 260, Philadelphia at plus 310. What are the Gatorade colors? Purple is at plus 200. Yellow lime or green is at plus 210. Orange is plus 500. Blue plus 650. Red is plus 750. And then water/clear is at plus 1,000.
Wow.
Interesting.
You got the national anthem prop bets.
Who's doing the national anthem this year?
John Batiste.
Oh, okay.
Over under 120.5 seconds. Over is it minus 142. Under is it plus 114.
I would think the over.
Will John Batiste perform the national anthem with a piano? It's settled yes if John Batiste plays one or more notes on a piano throughout the performance of the Star Spangled Banner. Must be shown on broadcast.
Oh, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
Yes, is it minus 400? No, is it plus 290? Total length of last Brave note sung by John Batiste, over 3.5 seconds, and under 3.5. They're both at both at minus 113.
3.5 is a long time.
Well, will a player or coach cry during the national anthem? Settled. Yes. This is all from FanDuel, by the way.
Yeah.
Of course.
Settled. Yes. If a player or coach is shown on broadcast with a tear on their cheek during the duration of the national anthem, must be shown on TSN/CTV broadcast.
Huh.
Yes is minus 1,000. No is plus
Right.
520.
Yeah, because if anybody's doing it, they're going to pan to them.
Yep. Taylor Swift Super Bowl prop bet. Will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift post Super Bowl? Proposal must be on field after game. Yes is plus 750. No is minus 1,500.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
I
It's
was
not the
gonna say,
time.
yeah.
You got some halftime prop bets. Kendrick
There's
Lamar's
a
first song betting odds, and there's like
yes. People the certain fans are just begging and betting for the yes.
Yeah, that seems to be like everybody wants the story or the fairy tale, and it's like, no, let's do reality. That's not the time or place.
Yeah, it's not the movie.
if they win, I think he does.
This isn't a movie. This is real life.
I'm well aware of what it is.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
If Kelce gets the MVP,
Hang on.
Mm.
I take it back. I remember a certain Boise State game, championship game, and my man turned around and went right over to the cheerleader and went, boom. So
right after they beat Oklahoma.
Yep. So I withdraw my statement. I totally withdraw my statement because yes.
Some of these are like Kendrick Lamar's first song, Kendrick Lamar's last song, total number of songs, betting odds. Over under is 10.5. Celebrity guest to appear on stage betting odds. And there's a whole list of Maroon 5, Imagine Dragons, U2, Tyler the Creator, Lil Wayne. There's a bunch of them.
Good Lord.
But there's a couple of these that make me crack up. How many diss tracks will Kendrick Lamar sing about Drake?
Hopefully all of them.
Settled based on the following songs: Not Like Us, Euphoria, 616 in LA, and Meet the Grams, if sang live at the Kendrick Lamar halftime show, according to Setlist FM. One plus is minus 2,200. 2 is minus 400. 3 is plus 210, and 4 is plus 750.
Big swing there between 2 and 3.
And then will Drake release a song on Super Bowl Sunday?
Oh God.
Really?
Plus, yes is plus 370. No is minus 600. Then you've got your novelty prop bets. Who will the MVP thank first? Post game acceptance.
Hang on. Because the ones before that weren't novelty.
So what you just
Go
titled
on.
as novelty prop bets.
Proceed.
So you've got who will the MVP thank first? You could bet on things like God/religious figure, a teammate, family, fans, the team, the coach. Will there be a field goal doink?
Oh, please.
Oh Lord.
Yes is plus 500. Will there be a power outage at the Superdome on Super
Oh my
Bowl?
God.
Oh man. There it is. There it is.
Bringing
That's
back
it.
the classic.
That's what I was waiting. That's the prop bet I'm waiting for. That is the prop bet I'm waiting for.
Yes is plus 870.
I'm sure it is.
What team will Jason Kelsey wear on Super Bowl Sunday?
I'm assuming he's wearing his brother's team.
The Eagles are at minus 146.
No,
No
are they?
jersey/team logo is at plus 164. Kansas City's at plus 430.
he was on their podcast. He was already saying he was wearing green. He was wearing,
He was what?
Oh, okay. He's wearing
his
green.
Eagles jersey. Yeah, he said he's wearing his Eagles jersey.
What if he wears both? At some point in the broadcast, he swaps.
Well, maybe. Total number of Canadian viewers.
The last time he was shirtless, so I mean, let's not. What is shirtless one of the options there? Because my man was shirtless.
I mean, you could say no jersey/team logo, but you've got number of Canadian viewers and then temperature at time of kickoff.
Like outside because they're in a dome.
Yep.
Okay.
What was the what would as measured at the New Orleans Lakefront Airport?
Okay. At time of kickoff. What's the over
That's
under
just
on
some of them. It was a bunch.
a
It was a
range.
range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, those are just some of the prop bets.
For the truly degenerate.
And then next week, you got the Super Bowl this week, and then next week, pitchers and catchers report in Daytona 500.
Yep.
I cannot wait.
And then we start thinking about the combine.
Free agency.
Free agency. New
March
league
14th.
year.
Just so we can talk about how stupid Suds is on the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Can we make
the
it
news
quick?
came out
I'm getting
today
tired.
that Myles Garrett has officially requested a trade.
Yes.
Which I said a long time ago, and you both were like, "That's not happening." And I was like, "It might." However, Sud said, "Well, you should just trade him and then cut Watson and then just eat the cap for now, and then be rid. You free up $100 million in cap." And I'm like, you do realize that move alone will bankrupt the team for the next 3 years.
Right.
And then I tried to explain it, and he still didn't understand.
Yeah, it's all right. There's some things you just have to wait it out. There's no expediting it. I think they've already taken all the steps they can to expedite it as much as they can.
I don't know. I do know that he's requested a trade, and I get it. But what I would say is that if you're the front office and that happens, I would immediately make as many moves as possible when available to make this a Super Bowl winning contending team right now.
I don't know that those moves exist. And I think that's why Garrett wants out.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't want to see happen. Here's what I don't want to see happen to Garrett, okay? Is that Garrett gets traded to, let's say they trade Garrett to the Eagles, right? Just for shits and giggles, let's say they trade Garrett to the Eagles. And then Garrett goes there, and then all of a sudden the Eagles go through the floor. Not saying they will, but
right.
We've seen the NFL is a fickle place.
Yep.
But now instead of being 13-4, whatever, 12-5, they're 9-7, 7-10 the next few years, and he doesn't sniff the playoffs, and you're right back where you started. I think this year and last year, even though the Browns made the playoffs last year, I think this year with the team was more of the anomaly than the last few years. And I think they're closer than they actually seem to be on television.
Now, we're making the assumption he requested the trade because the team's going nowhere, right?
That is the
correct.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
He wants to be on a contender.
Is it possible that the reason he's asking for a trade is because after this season is when he should renegotiate his next deal, and they told him they're not going to re-sign him?
No, I think it's kind of the Joe Thomas situation. He doesn't. He'd like.
But Joe Thomas didn't go anywhere.
But Joe Thomas stayed loyal to the team that drafted him, and he just stuck it out. But he doesn't want. That's not what his goal was. Joe Thomas just settled for being in the NFL. Myles Garrett doesn't want that. Myles Garrett wants a damn ring.
He wants
okay.
He also
first
wants
of all,
one more big contract.
I get it.
Hold on. First of all, Joe Thomas didn't just settle for being in the NFL. Joe Thomas was a first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot. Myles Garrett is already going to be in consideration for the Hall of Fame when he retires. He's been that impactful.
Right.
I am more willing to agree or side with Zolt in that I think Myles Garrett might have a little bit of inside information that the Browns aren't going to meet or come near his demand for his next contract. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're willing to re-sign him, but they're not going to pay him what he wants.
Being that that's 2 years out yet, we don't even know what it is.
He's got 2025 and 2026. That's what he's under contract for. So if you were going to extend him, you would be doing that a year from now. In which case, I mean, he's going to be 31 at that point, 31 for the 2026 season. So he's going to be looking for one more payday. Because really, it'll be his second big contract.
But
probably looking at 4 years.
No matter what, he's going to get it because he is that good. I mean, so
right.
But the Browns, the problem with the Browns is if the Browns are the Browns and they just don't ever get anywhere. and he wants out now.
That's the thing.
So
The
that way
Browns,
the next spot he goes to, he will have a higher percentage chance of getting.
You can't say that.
That's what
You can't say that. You can't say that. You don't know that.
I can. Absolutely, I can. You're damn
Oh,
right.
really?
What he wants. Yeah, because that's what.
Where are
he
you
said
gonna?
earlier.
Who are
He
you
said
going
it
to trade him
forever.
to? Who are you going to trade him to that he has an absolute 100% chance to make it to the Super Bowl?
He flat out said he's wants to be traded to a contending team that he has the shot to get to the Super Bowl. That's exactly
What
he
contending team is going to give up? The reason why contending teams are contending teams is because they're smart with their free agency and their draft.
So we already talked about this on
Buffalo.
same show. Washington, Buffalo, and Tampa Bay all have
Buffalo.
cap. They all have the trade power to do it. One of those three.
The only one that makes sense is Washington.
Easily.
And frankly, Detroit would.
Yeah, Detroit would too.
And
They'd
we would
move some
figure it
pieces
out.
around to do it. It would take some moving pieces, but Detroit could do it. Yeah.
And
But the
we
ones
could
you have
very
the
well go
ease
to.
And Detroit's all in pretty much right now. But the ones who could splash around a little bit more money would be Washington and Tampa Bay. Buffalo, I think, is a little bit more restricted in the money department, but
And to be fair, we're talking about, who has cap room. We're about to go into the new league year. You don't have to be cap compliant until August.
right.
So you have so much time to figure that out. You can be over the cap by as much as you want once they're allowed to trade him, basically, because they can't even do that right now.
We will see. But gentlemen,
Obviously, it's not the end of the story, obviously.
Right.
I need to bail because I got to
Go
go
ahead,
salt
Bruce,
this
say it.
morning, and
Yes.
I've got to go.
Yes.
I've got to be up
I
in
need
a
to
few
rest.
hours.
I need to rest before I go back to work tomorrow for the first time in a week.
Aye.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
That takes care of the 4 minutes. Say goodnight, Grayson.
Good night.
Good night. I said say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night.
Good night.
So I said, well, flip a coin. And if it comes out heads, have your hair dyed.
And if it comes out tails, say goodnight, Grayson.